We are live. We're live, and I actually think that I'm accidentally live on Facebook too. My intention was to only be live on YouTube, but okay, it's all right. So we are live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube world. And it is Monday Fun Day, August the 7th. Oh my God, today is my brother Darius Coleman's birthday. Y'all don't even know Darius is a star. He's a star. And he's actually home from LA in Pennsylvania and New Jersey with my family celebrating his birthday today. So we just had a chance to FaceTime Darius. So as you are logging on, let me know what city, what state, and or what country you may be logging in from. I see Palm Coast, Florida is with us tonight. We've got Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I see Yolanda Good out of Sussex, Delaware. We've got Philadelphia in the house. Kim is logging in from Philadelphia. We've got Tracy Weatherall logging in from Texas, you guys. We've got Sonia Villarreal logging in from California. Who knows how to party? It never rains in Southern California. We've got Marguerite Faison logging in from Philadelphia. We've got Nichelle Evans logging in from Northern California. We've got South Carolina in the house. Sally Isaac. Hello, hello, hello. Now listen, here's what I would do if I were you. I would definitely let people know. Let's tag and share and let everybody know that we are live here on Book Club. Hello, Jesse. Jesse in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. We've got 5 Mile Flint. The Duns are on the line, and Mary Powell out of Connecticut. So listen, I am very excited, you guys. There's so much energy and excitement brewing all throughout the lands right now. And I will tell you early, let me give this. We're having a really bad storm here in Georgia. If for whatever reason this webinar logs off, we'll just continue next week. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make that known right now that we are dealing with a really bad thunderstorm here in Georgia, and out in my area we get it really, really bad. So if for whatever reason, hello Lisa, Alyssa, Sean Dunnigan, 5 Mile Flint, if for whatever reason right now we get disconnected, it is because of the storm. Don't wonder what happened to Nina. It is storming. I'm letting you all know that right now. If for whatever reason I lose power, Vanessa, I'm going to lose internet. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you guys. Of course, my laptop would still work, but I would not have internet. Okay, so you guys, we just finished The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. And today, we're going to be starting Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, this is a great read. Listen, the pages are the letters are so tiny that let me tell you, oh, Alyssa, okay, you messaged me. I'm going to check it as soon as I'm done. That I went and got the big print because I don't even know who in the world, like what in the world with this little tiny print. So I actually have this book, this extra copy that I will probably be giving away because I went and got the big print version. And Sean said to me, Ashley V, he said, sis, now I see why you went and got the big print, because he opened up his book and he said he had to take his glasses off so he could see the words. All right, so you do not listen to all of you. If this is your first time being with me, welcome. I want you to know that you do not even have to own the book to be here on Book Club. Okay. What happens here, Alyssa, is I actually read the book for you. All right. So you do not have to have the book. We're going to read this together. We're going to actually take our time and we're going to go through this book. We're not going to rush. We are literally going to go through this book and actually take our time. Do you guys want me to read the publisher's preface and the author's preface, or should we just go ahead and dive right in to, I think I should, let's start there. Let's start with the publishers, and then we're going to start from it's actually saying it's page 9, and that's because it's just all the chapter stuff. but we're going to actually start from the publisher's preface, and we're going to go ahead and go all the way through this book. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Tag and share to anybody. Thanks, because I would definitely listen to the audio version. Yes, my audio is going to be good, right? So we take the time to not only read this book, and I'm going to read it to you. We may even have some guest readers during the times that we're reading this book. We will also take our time to break down the words, okay? So that we're not just reading past things. We have to break down the words so that you can get a better understanding about what we're reading. All right, you guys. So let's go. Today we begin Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And for all of you that think you've got the wrong copy, you don't. This is the original copy of Think and Grow Rich. I purchased the large print edition. Okay, so the publisher's preface. This book conveys the experience of more than 500 men of great wealth who began at scratch with nothing to give in return for riches except thoughts, ideas, and organized plan. So I want to read that part again, because that first paragraph of the book, they had nothing to listen, who began from scratch. These are men of great wealth, 500 men of great wealth who had nothing to give in return for riches except thoughts, ideas, and organized plans. Now, I'm here to tell you, thoughts, ideas, and organized plans are the riches. Okay, here you have the entire philosophy of money making, just as it was organized from the actual achievements of the most successful men known to the American people during the past 50 years. It describes what to do and also how to do it. It presents complete instructions on how to sell your personal services. Is there anybody excited about learning how to sell your personal services? Yay or yay? Yes or yes? Okay. It provides you with the perfect system of self-analysis that will readily disclose what has been standing between you and the big money in the past. Self-analysis that will readily disclose what has been standing in between you and the big money in the past. It describes the famous Andrew Carnegie formula of personal achievement, by which he accumulated hundreds of millions of dollars for himself and made no fewer than a score of millionaires of men to whom he taught his secret. Now, I want y'all to lean in a little bit. Guess what? Would you like me to just go ahead and tell you what the secret is to success and wealth? Would you like me to tell you what the secret is to success and wealth? Anybody? Is there anybody that's listening right now that wants me to tell you the secret to success and wealth? Like just the underlying secret? Because y'all know that there's a secret, right? You know that there's a big secret that all of us that are successful are keeping from you, right? Right? So are you ready? Here's the secret. The secret is that there is no secret. Perhaps you do not need all that is to be found in this book. No one of the 500 men from whose experiences it was written did. But you may need one idea. You may need one plan or one suggestion to start you toward your goal. Some of you may need just one thing that's going to help you to break past the ceiling, right? To go ahead and pull. So how many of you are feeling right now that there's a wall? That there's a wall there. There's a wall. You feel like there's a wall. There's the proverbial wall that's like blocking you. And I want you to know this. And I'm here to talk to you today. There is no wall. It's imaginary. And the reason why that's why you can't go around it. You can't go over it. And you can't go under it, because the wall does not exist. All right. Somewhere in this book, you will find this needed stimulus. I'm about to bless you. The book was inspired by Andrew Carnegie after he had made his millions and he retired. It was written by the man. What's up, Keith? It was written by the man to whom Carnegie disclosed The astounding secret of his riches, the same man to whom the 500 wealthy men revealed the source of their riches. In this volume will be found the 13 principles of money making essential to every person who accumulates sufficient money to guarantee financial independence. It is estimated that the research which went into this preparation before the book was written, or could be written, research covering more than 25 years of continuous effort, could not be duplicated at a cost of less than $1 million. Moreover, what's up, Sherelle? The knowledge contained in this book never can be duplicated at any cost, for the reason that more than half of the 500 men who supplied the information it brings have passed on. Riches cannot always be measured by money. I want y'all to write that down. Riches, type that in the chat. Riches cannot always be measured by money, in money. Riches cannot always be measured in money. Money and material things are essential for freedom of body and mind, but there are some who will feel that the greatest of all riches can be evaluated only in terms of lasting friendships, harmonious family relationships, sympathy and understanding between business associates, and introspective harmony, which brings one peace of mind measurable only in spiritual values. Also, all who read, understand, and apply this philosophy will be better prepared to attract and enjoy these higher estates, which always have been and always will be denied to all except those who are ready for them. Now, I need y'all to hear that again. Napoleon Hill says, all who read and understand and apply this philosophy will be better prepared to attract and enjoy these higher estates, which always have been, they've always been there, but have been denied to all except those who are ready for them. You know, the Bible, there's a good book that I read called the Bible, and the Bible says that God is never going to give you more than you can bear. And although you may feel that you're ready, God is looking at your work ethic. He's looking at how you manage money, time, how you manage people. He's looking at how you lead yourself, and he's saying, you're not ready. So because I am a fair, just, honest God, I'm a fair, just, and honest God. I cannot put more on you than you can bear. And because I cannot put more on you than you can bear, this says these things, these higher estates have always been there, but they will be denied to all of those except those who are ready for them. Be prepared, therefore, when you expose yourself to the influence of this philosophy. Be prepared. Warning, 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 warning. Be prepared at the exposure and to the influence of this philosophy, to experience a changed life, which may help you not only to negotiate your way through life with harmony and understanding, but also to prepare you for the accumulation of material riches in abundance. Now let's see what the author has to say. Be prepared. Type in the chat, hashtag be prepared, and go ahead and hashtag think and grow rich, right? In every chapter of this book, mention has been made of the money-making secret, which has made fortunes for more than 500 exceedingly wealthy men, whom I have carefully analyzed over a long period of years. Napoleon Hill interviewed 500 wealthy men over the span of 25 years before Andrew Carnegie encouraged him to write this book. But it took 25 years of preparation. It took 25 years of gathering information from 500 of the wealthiest men in the world before he was able to write this book. Right? The secret was brought to my attention by Andrew Carnegie more than a quarter of a century ago. The canny, lovable old Scotsman carelessly tossed it into my mind when I was but a boy. Then he sat back in his chair with a merry twinkle in his eyes and watched carefully to see if I had brains enough to understand the full significance of what he had said to me. When he saw that I had grasped the idea, he asked if I would be willing to spend 20 years or more preparing myself to take it to the world, to men and women without the secret might go through life as failures. I said that I would, and with Mr. Carnegie's cooperation, I have kept my promise. So, there are so many people that want to be wealthy, and they want to be wealthy so bad, so they think. What if Andrew Carnegie said to you, well, are you prepared to get prepared for the next 20 years? Crickets, crickets, crickets. No, you want to be rich tomorrow. I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad. This book contains the secret. After having been put to a practical test by thousands of people in almost every walk of life, it was Mr. Carnegie's idea that the magic formula, which gave him a stupendous fortune, ought to be placed within reach of people who do not have the time to investigate how men make money. And it was his hope that I might test and demonstrate the soundness of the formula through the experience of men and women in every calling. I want y'all to hashtag one more time. Hashtag one more time. Think and grow rich and be prepared. Go on and hashtag it one more time. Think and grow rich and be prepared. Think and grow rich and be prepared. Go on. Think and grow rich and be prepared. Give me 1 second, y'all, because somebody needs some very vitally important information from me, and I need to give it to them. So just give me 1 second. I promise I'll be right back on track. All right, give me 1 second. Y'all know I don't often stop. So y'all know that it must be important because I don't stop. All right, but this was vitally important that I gave them this information. Okay. All right. So where we at? Ms. Carnegie to navigate how men make money, and it was his hope that I might test and demonstrate the soundness of the formula through the experience of men. Through the experience, he believed that this formula should be taught in all. He believed that this formula should be taught in all public schools and colleges, and expressed the opinion that if it were properly taught, it would revolutionize the entire educational system. That the time spent in school could be reduced to less than half. Okay, his experience with Mr. Charles M. Schwab and other young men of Mr. Schwab's type convinced Mr. Carnegie that much of that which is taught in the schools is of no value whatsoever in connection with the business of earning a living or accumulating riches. We all would agree with that much of what is taught in the schools is of no value. Most of the people that I know with a degree do not even work in a field of expertise where they're using their degree. Okay. He has arrived at this decision because he had taken into his business one young man after another, many of them with but little schooling, and by coaching them in the use of this formula, developed in them rare leadership. Y'all want to write that down? Let's go ahead and look up the word leadership and see what the word leadership means. Okay. Let's look up the definition of leadership. By definition, y'all know how I feel about breaking down the words of leadership. The definition of leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. It's the state of the position of being a leader. It is, let's find some better definitions of that, right? It is guiding and here we go. Y'all ready? Leadership in general is guiding and influencing others toward a common vision or goal. When you can guide and influence others toward a common vision or goal, you are a leader. It entails inspiring and motivating one's team, encouraging collaboration, and making sound decisions. Furthermore, leaders must pay close attention to their team members and provide guidance and support as needed. Leadership, the capacity of a company's management to set and achieve challenging goals, take fast and decisive action when needed. Leaders can take fast and decisive action when needed. They can inspire others to perform at the highest level that they can. Leaders, leadership. All right. So where are we at? Developed in them rare leadership. So this is saying that Mr. Carnegie developed in them rare leadership, people, boys who had no schooling, very little schooling. Moreover, his coaching made fortunes for every one of them who followed his instructions. Well, there it is right there, y'all. We might as well go ahead. It's out the window. Moreover, his coaching made fortunes for every one of them who followed his instructions. You know, the people that I work with, the ones that just follow my instructions, they make a lot of money. 30,000, they 50,000. I've got people that made $100,000 working with me. Some people are on their way to 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 250,000, 500,000. Some people are really on their way. Some people are really on their way. Okay. So in this chapter of faith, you will read the astounding story of the organization of the giant United States Steel Corporation as it was conceived and carried out by one of the young men through whom Mr. Carnegie proved that his formula will work for all who are ready for it. The formula will work. I want y'all to type this in the chat. The formula will work for all who are ready for it. The formula will work for all who are ready for it. I don't want nobody typing, I'm ready. Nope. Because the people that are ready aren't going to say that they're ready. They just going to go do it. See, when people really are ready, that's like a man like saying, I'm a man. Or that's like a leader having to say, well, I'm a leader. No, because when you're a leader, it just shows in the way that you act. You don't wait to be asked certain things. You just do. I'm grown. You're not going to tell me what. No, grown people don't have to say that they're grown. They just are grown. They act grown, right? A real man, it just acts like a real man. He doesn't have to be told. He doesn't have to tell people I'm a man. So this says, this formula, Mr. Carnegie proved that his formula will work for all who are ready for it. Don't even say, I'm ready. No, because those that scream out, I'm ready, they the ones that are not ready. They want you to think that they're ready. This single application of the secret by that young man, Charles M. Schwab. Y'all know who Charles M. Schwab is? What did he make? What did Charles M. Schwab invent? Made him a huge fortune in both money and opportunity. So see, riches and success is not always money, but money and opportunity. Who are you able to call? Who are you able to rub shoulders with? Who's in your circle of influence? That is riches. Because there are some people that are in my circle of influence, the people that I can call in my phone. That's true riches. Roughly speaking, this particular application of the formula was worth $600 million. These facts, and they are facts, well known to almost everyone who knew Mr. Carnegie, give you a fair idea of what the reading of this book may bring you, provided you know what it is that you want. There it is again. Tamara Dunn. Provided you know what it is that you want. See, when you get clear on what you want, there is nothing that will stop you or block you from achieving and obtaining what it is that you really desire. Get clear. I've asked people over the last month or two, so what is it that you want? Let me know what it is that you want. And they're like, I don't know. Well, that's why you don't have it. Because you're not clear about what you want. I just want to make a lot of money. That's not an answer. That's not decisive. What is a lot of money? A lot of money to some people is $25. A lot of money to some people is $100. He pioneered discount sales of equity securities starting in 1975. There you go. Right? So this says, give you a fair idea of what the reading of this book may bring to you, provided, everybody that's listening, that you know what it is that you want. Even before it had undergone 20 years of practical testing, The Secret was passed on to more than 100,000 men and women who have used it for their personal benefit, as Mr. Carnegie's planned that they should. Some have made fortunes with it. Others have used it successfully in creating harmony in their homes. A clergyman used it so effectively that it brought him in an income upwards of $75,000 a year. Arthur Nash, a Cincinnati tailor, used his near bankrupt business as a guinea pig on which to test the formula. The business came to life and made a fortune for its owners. It is still thriving, although Mr. Nash is gone. The experiment was so unique that newspapers and magazines gave it more than $1 million worth of laudatory publicity. The Secret was passed on to Stuart Austin Wire of Dallas, Texas. He was ready for it. So ready that he gave up his profession and studied law. Did he succeed? That story is told too. I gave The Secret to Jennings Randolph the day he graduated from college, and he had used it so successfully that he is now serving his third term as a member of Congress with an excellent opportunity to keep on using it until it carries him to the White House. While serving as advertising manager of the LaSalle Extension University, when it was little more than a name, I had the privilege of seeing J.G. Chaplin, president of the university, use the formula so effectively that he has since made the LaSalle one of the greatest extension schools of the country. My eldest son, Rashid, got his master's degree from LaSalle University. Congratulations to my son, right? And he is now an entrepreneur. So The Secret, to which I refer, has been mentioned no fewer than 100 times throughout this book. It has not been directly named. So there, number one, the secret in which you will hear about throughout this book will not have a name. It won't have a formula. When you're clear about what you want, you're going to know what the secret is. Because the secret is, there is no secret. I hope y'all just heard what I said. It has not been directly named, but for it seems to work more successfully when it is merely uncovered and left in sight, where those who are ready and are searching for it may pick it up. That is why Mr. Carnegie tossed it to me so quietly without giving me its specific name. When the student is ready, the teacher just appears. And some of you are going to just realize that what you've been looking for all along, you already got. It's right there in front of you. If you are ready to put it to use, you will recognize this secret at least once in every chapter. I wish that I might feel privileged to tell you how you will know if you are ready, but that would deprive you of much of the benefit you will receive when you make the discovery in your own way. While this book was being written, my own son, who was then finishing the last year of his college work, picked up the manuscript of chapter 2, read it, and discovered the secret for himself. He used the information so effectively that he went directly into a responsible position at the beginning salary greater than the average man ever earns. His story has been briefly described in chapter 2. When you read it, perhaps you will dismiss any feeling you may have had at the beginning of this book that it promised too much. And two, if you have ever been discouraged, if you have had difficulties to surmount, which took the very soul out of you, if you have tried and failed, if you were ever handicapped by illness or physical affliction, this story of my son's discovery and use of the Carnegie formula may prove to be the oasis in the desert of lost hope. Some of you are getting ready to find the oasis in the desert of lost hope, for which you have been searching. This secret was extensively used by President Woodrow Wilson during the World War. It was passed on to every soldier who fought in the war, carefully wrapped in the training received before going to the front. President Wilson told me, It was a strong factor in raising the funds needed for the war. More than 20 years ago, Juan Manuel L. Quezon, then resident commissioner of the Philippine Islands, was inspired by The Secret to gain freedom for his people. He has gained freedom for the Philippines and is the first president of the free state. A peculiar thing about this secret is that those who once acquire it and use it to find themselves literally swept on to success with but little effort and then never again submit to failure. You will never again, once you find it, you will never again submit to failure because there are too many of you that are submitting to failure because you got your tail between your legs and you're feeling like a victim and you're feeling sorry for yourself because you dare not get clear about what you want and be honest about who you are. You're hiding in plain sight, just like this secret is hiding in plain sight, right? You will never submit to failure again. If you doubt this, study the names of those who have used it wherever they have been mentioned. Check their records for yourself and be convinced. Type it in the chat. Be convinced. There is no such thing as something for nothing. There is no such thing as something for nothing. The secret to which I refer cannot be had without a price. Who's willing to pay the price? Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Although the price is far less than its value, just like the price of a free mind. Y'all know we're listening to it on The Strangest Secret every single morning. The price of your free mind, far less than its value. It cannot be had at any price by those who are not intentionally searching for it. Oh! This is so good. The secret to which I refer cannot be had without a price. Although the price is far less than its value, it cannot be had at any price by those who are not intentionally searching for it. It cannot be given away. It cannot be purchased for money for the reason that it comes in two parts. One part is already in possession of those who are ready for it. The secret serves equally well all who are ready for it. Education has nothing to do with it because long before I was born, the secret had found its way into the possession of Thomas A. Edison. And he used it so intelligently that he became the world's leading inventor, although he had but 3 months of schooling. The secret is passed on to a business associate of Mr. Edison. He used it so effectively that although he was then making only $12,000 a year, he accumulated a great fortune and retired from active business while still a young man. You will find his story at the beginning of the first chapter. It's a profound story that we're going to go into. It should convince you that riches are not beyond your reach. I need everybody that's watching me right now to type in, riches are not beyond my reach. Type it in. Riches are not beyond my reach. Type it in again. Say it loud wherever you are. Feel it in your spirit. Like you need to feel it resonating with inside of you that riches are not beyond my reach. Your reach, my reach. It's got to be real. You got to feel that thing. Riches are not, and I know I feel like I'm screaming, right? I'm not screaming at y'all. I am so passionate right now that riches are not beyond my reach. I know I wasn't supposed to be poor, y'all, because I like nice things. I like nice hair that I can take on and off. I like nice things. Riches Lamana, Riches Sandra, Riches Jack, Alicia, Kathleen, Tedra, Tracy, Marguerite, Keith Lydell, Mary Carol Jackson, Riches Nichelle Evans, Riches Kathleen, Riches Sonia, Riches Brenda Morgan, Riches Sally Isaac, Riches Sherelle. Riches are not beyond my reach. Kay Burns. It's not beyond my reach. I am feeling that. Education has nothing to do with it. So riches are not beyond my reach, and that you can still be what you wish to be. That money that you desire, that fame that you desire, that recognition that you desire, happiness can be had by all who are ready and determined to have these blessings. Jermaine, riches are not beyond your reach. How do you know these things? How do I know these things? You should have the answer before you finish this book. You may find it in the very first chapter, or maybe you'll find it on the last page. Let me tell you how. I've already read this part. I've already listened to this part. I've been listening to this book for a while now, and I already have my answer. I got my answer before the book even started. Some of you are going to get your answer by the time we get to the last page. You may find it in the first chapter or on the last page. While I was performing the 20-year task of research, which I had undertaken at Mr. Carnegie's request, I analyzed hundreds of well-known men, many of whom admitted that they had accumulated their vast fortunes through the aid of Carnegie's secret. Among these men were, and y'all, there are so many names, okay? So many names. So many names. If y'all want a screenshot, if you don't have the book yet, there are so many names. So many names. You guys can go right on YouTube while you're working out and listen to this Audible, which is what I've been doing at the gym. These names represent but a small fraction of the hundreds of well-known Americans whose achievements financially and otherwise prove that those who understand and apply the Carnegie secret reach high stations in life. I've never known anyone who was inspired to use the secret who did not achieve noteworthy success in his chosen calling. I have never known any person to distinguish themselves or to accumulate riches of any consequence without possession of the secret. From these two facts, I draw the conclusion that the secret is more important as a part of the knowledge essential for self-determination than any which one receives through what is properly known as education. I'm not down on education. I'm just here to tell you that it has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to be successful or not. Okay? So what is education anyway? This has been answered in full detail. As far as schooling is concerned, many of these men had very little. John Wanamaker once told me that what little schooling he had, he acquired in very much the same manner as a modern locomotive takes on water by scooping it up as it runs. Henry Ford never reached high school, let alone college. I am not attempting to minimize the value of schooling, but I am trying to express my earnest belief that those who master and apply the secret will reach high stations, accumulate riches, and bargain with life on their own terms. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to bargain with life on my own terms. Even if their schooling has been meager, somewhere as you read The Secret, to which I will refer, will jump from the page and stand boldly before you. If you are ready for it when it appears, you will recognize it. Whether you receive the sign in the first or the last chapter, stop for a moment when it presents itself and turn down a glass, for that occasion will mark the most important turning point of your life. We pass now to chapter 1 and to the story of my very dear friend who is generously acknowledged, having seen the mystic sign and whose business achievements are evidence enough that he turned down the glass, right? That he turned down the glass. As you read his story and others, remember that they deal with the important problems of life, such as all men experience. The problems arising from one's endeavor to earn a living, to find hope, courage, contentment, and peace of mind, to accumulate riches, and to enjoy freedom of the body and the spirit. Remember, too, as you go through this book, that it deals with the facts and not with fiction. This book deals with the facts and not with fiction. Its purpose being to convey a universal truth through which all who are ready to learn not only what to do, but also how to do it, and receive as well the needed stimulus to make a start. As a final word of preparation, everybody say preparation. And let's go ahead and before we go any further, let's look up the definition of the word preparation. All right. Let's see. What is the definition of the word preparation? Because we need to know what we're talking about. Preparation. Preparation is the action or process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. Let's see what else can we discover. That's about it. I don't see anything else that I like. Making ready, preparation. Okay. So, as a final word of preparation, preparation is the process of making ready. So, we're getting ready now to receive. We're opening up our hands. We're opening up our minds. We're opening up our hearts to receive what this book is going to share with us. Some of you are going to find the secret within the first pages, within the first chapter, and some of you are going to find it on the last page of this book. But as a final word of preparation, before you begin the first chapter, may I offer you one brief suggestion, which may provide a clue by which the Carnegie secret may be recognized. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? It is this: all achievement, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. If you are ready for the secret, you already possess one half of it. Therefore, you will readily recognize the other half the moment it reaches your mind. I'm going to read that again. As a final word of preparation, before you begin the first chapter, may I offer one brief suggestion, which may provide a clue by which the Carnegie secret may be recognized. It is this: all achievement, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. And if you are ready for the secret, you already possess one half of it. Therefore, you will readily recognize the other half the moment that it reaches your mind. I'm going to read just a couple of pages and then we're going to stop at 6:42. And I actually want to be, okay? So chapter 1, the introduction. The man who thought his way into partnership with Thomas Edison. The man who thought his way into partnership with Thomas Edison. You know, before I start reading, I want you to write this down. Success equals serving. And there are so many people, Tedra, that want success, but they don't want to serve. They want to be served. They want to be recognized. They want to be the head honcho. They want you calling their name. And so even if they serve, their service has a condition. The service is usually only when it benefits them, when it gets them in the doors, when it gets them at the tables. And then when they are no longer in those doors, when they've abused the relationships, when they no longer have access, then you see that the serving is gone. But if you desire, we just did a conference up in Philadelphia. And I don't say this to toot my own horn, but some of y'all didn't see, and I know Tedra, you came, you got there, you came to bring some stuff early, and you came a little early, so you were able to see that I was on the floor taping banners together so that when it was up on stage, literally we were breaking poles down, putting poles together, serving the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Now I have amassed massive success, but I was still serving the stuff that you don't get to see behind the scenes. Serving, making sure that when I see a presentation given, that I'm learning it immediately. So that if I'm getting ready, the moment I see something new, I'm getting ready, because who knows, I might be up the next day. Serving. Success equals serving. I don't wait until it's time to show up and look cute. No, I'm there early serving. I don't even have to be asked, do you need my help? I just show up because I know you need my help. I've put events together before. So when I know there's going to be an event, I don't plan anything so that I can be early. Serving. Success equals serving. So the man who thought his way into partnership with Thomas Edison, I'm going to read maybe a page. Truly, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches. Thoughts are things, translation into riches, or other material objects. A little more than 30 years ago, Edwin C. Barnes discovered how true it is that men really do think and grow rich. His discovery did not come about at one sitting. It came little by little, beginning with a burning desire to become a business associate of the great Edison. One of the chief characteristics of Barnes's desires was that it was definite. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to ask you, because I get so many people that reach out to me with all these excuses. Oh, I wanted to be there, but I wanted to get on there, but I was doing it, but I was but. If you got to say something to somebody and at the end of it, it's the but, don't say it. Don't say it. Because now this person that you told you want to earn $1 million or you want to earn $10,000 is all they hearing is but. Because when you say the word but, it negates everything you said before the word but. Well, I got a lot going on. Everybody got a lot going on. He was definite. Let's see what the definition of the word definite is, right? Let's see. This book is going to kick some people's behinds. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Definite. Woo! If you are being blessed, let me get a whoop whoop in the chat. Definite means clearly stated or decided, not vague or doubtful. Clearly stated or decided, not vague or doubtful. Clear or undeniable, used for emphasis. Having exact, listen to this, Ruby, having exact and discernible physical limits or form. Exact, definite. It is clear. So, one of the characteristics of Barnes' desires was that it was clear, it was definite. He wanted to work with Edison, not for him. He wanted to work with Edison. He didn't want to work for Edison. He wanted to work with Edison. He didn't want to work for Edison. Observe carefully the description of how he went about translating his desire into reality. And you will have a better understanding of the 13 principles which lead to riches. When this desire or impulse of thought first flashed into his mind, he was in no position to act upon it. Two difficulties stood in his way. He didn't even know Mr. Edison, and he did not have enough money to pay his railroad fare to Orange, New Jersey. So here's the deal. See, people keep acting like people that have success don't face any adversity. No, people that have success face adversity. They just don't let it kill them. They face adversity, but they rise above it. They face adversity, but they decide, they're very clear and definite about what they want. So whatever adversity comes, it doesn't kill them. It makes them stronger. These difficulties were sufficient to have discouraged the majority of men from making any attempt to carry out the desire. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Barnes wanted to work with Edison, but Robin, Barnes didn't know Edison, nor did he have the train fare to get to Orange, New Jersey. But he wanted to work with Edison, not for Edison. Y'all not even hearing this. Y'all, because I would be running right now, okay, if I wasn't reading. So But his was no ordinary desire. He was so determined to find a way to carry out his desire that he finally decided to travel by blind baggage rather than be defeated. To the uninitiated, this means that he went to East Orange on a freight train. He presented himself at Mr. Edison's laboratory and announced that he had come to go into business with the inventor. In speaking of the first meeting between Barnes and Edison, years later, Mr. Edison said, "He stood there before me looking like an ordinary tramp. But there was something in the expression of his face which conveyed the impression that he was determined to get what he had come after. I had learned from years of experience with men that when a man really desires a thing so deeply that he is willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. He is sure to win. I gave him the opportunity that he asked for because I saw that he had a made up mind to stand by until he succeeded." Some of y'all already just got the secret. And some of y'all still gonna have to read to the last page of the book because you're still waiting for it. And it's already been given. The secret has already been given. Subsequent events proved that no mistake was made. Just what young Barnes said to Mr. Edison on that occasion was far less important than that which he thought Edison himself said so. It could not have been the young man's appearance which got him his start at the Edison's office, for that was definitely against him. It was what he thought that counted. Thoughts become what? If the think and grow rich. Think and grow rich. Our actions show what we're thinking. So when you go into the, coach, I was gonna do it, but I gotta, and then and I got this, and I'm going through everybody going. When you're success, Barnes didn't have no money. He rode in a freight train. He didn't even know Mr. Edison. Thoughts become things. He looked a mess, but it was his thoughts that counted. If the significance of this statement could be conveyed to every person who reads it, there would be no need for the remainder of the book. Do you know that for me, the book was over? I was done already. I was done. I was like, okay. So all I got to do now is control my thoughts. And what do I do to get better thoughts? I feed my brain over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I get definite and I get clear on my intentions. Thoughts become things. Barnes did not get his partnership with Edison on his first interview. Of course not. He did get a chance to work in the Edison offices at a very nominal wage, doing work that was unimportant to Edison. Oh, you want to work with me? Let me see how you do doing stuff that I don't even care about. Go clean the floor over there. Oh, you want to work with me? Go get me some coffee. Oh, you want to work with me? Here, my office is dirty. I'm getting ready to leave for the day. Clean my office. He did get a chance to work in the offices at a very nominal wage, work that was unimportant to Edison, but most important to Barnes because it gave him an opportunity to display his merchandise where his intended partner could see it. Months went by. Apparently, nothing happened to bring the coveted goal, which Barnes had set up in his mind as his definite major purpose. But something important was happening to Barnes's mind. He was constantly intensifying his desire to become the business associate of Edison. Psychologists have correctly said that when one is truly ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance. Barnes was ready for a business association with Edison. Moreover, he was determined to remain ready until he got that which he was seeking. And I'm going to end. I'm going to read this next little thing. He did not say to himself, what's the use? I guess I'll change my mind and try for a salesman's job. But he did say, I came here to go into business with Edison, and I'll accomplish this end if it takes the remainder of my life. He meant it. What a different story men would have to tell if only they would adopt a definite purpose and stand by that purpose until it had time to become an all consuming obsession. We're going to stop right there. We're on page 26. And we're going to get started right there on page 26 next week as we dive into the rest of chapter 1. And I think next week we'll get done chapter 1. We will get done chapter 1. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about Think and Grow Rich. How do you guys feel about Think and Grow Rich? This is day 1. We're on page 26 of Think and Grow Rich. I would only pray that you guys would invite somebody back. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and get off of here because in 1 hour live on Facebook, well, actually I have a link. I have a link where we're going to be showing people how to make some money, right? We're going to show you how to $25 detox your way to $10,000 a month in 1 hour. So if I were you, I would reach out to me or someone else, right, who may have tagged you to look at this and say, wait a minute, y'all gonna show us how to do what? With some detox? Oh yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, right? So my name is Nina Moore, you guys, and I'm so glad that you had a chance to stop by and be here with us today as we opened up, yes, the beginning of this book reminds us of Acres of Diamonds, Think and Grow Rich. And I want you to always remember that no matter what is going on in your life, you must remember that you can live again, you can laugh again, you can hope again, you can dream again, and you most certainly can bling again. I want you to have a blingtastic rest of your evening, a blingtastic rest of the week. Please pay it forward, do a good deed, and be kind to one another. And make sure you meet us right back here on YouTube Live next Monday night for the we're gonna not completion, but we're gonna continue on with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight's book club. We love you guys, and we'll see you soon.